Hello everyone, I want to welcome you to the annual California Capital Air Show. It happens in Sacramento every year, and it's a great show to attend. So we got here around 9 a.m., a little after, and I recommend getting there at that time because then you have a chance to see the stuff on the ground while it's still cool out, and the air show itself usually begins at 11:30. But all kinds of stuff on the ground. You got food, drinks. The beer selection could be a little better, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, all kinds of stuff to see. You got C-130s, you got KC-10, you got different warbirds, different general aviation, just a whole bunch of stuff to see. You got simulators, just all kinds of things out there, all kinds of companies out there. I forget which one this is exactly. We checked out the KC-10 and then this one where you actually get to go in the cockpit. But my knowledge on these is not up to par on some of them. This was a UPS 757. Here's the main gear that we're checking out, and you could go on and kind of see how things are done. This is how they would load the cargo, so it's nice to see that kind of stuff up close. Next we have the McDonnell Douglas KC-10. This is a U.S. Air Force plane, and it's used for refueling. If you ever seen fighter jets refuel in the air with the boom, that's usually coming out of a plane like this. So the cockpit, it really looks, kind of reminds me of an MD-80. I can see where that it is a McDonnell Douglas plane. It has a little bit of a Boeing look to it too. But yeah, you can walk through and see how everything looks. That would be the boom there. Yeah, these planes are ginormous. Great to get to see them up close. Otherwise, usually don't get to do this. And then, of course, we have the E4 here. This is the Doomsday plane, and that goes up later on, you'll see. So where they keep all the warbirds. We got some Texans. This is the Japanese version. A few of them even have marked the amount of kills that they got during the war, and I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, to have all these on display, some of these are really rare to see. Now this here is a Russian Ural sidecar motorcycle, and he had quite a collection here. Submachine guns, anti-tank, anti-personnel, just all kinds of different bullets, even vodka bottles that were from the era from when this was. Quite a rare piece to have this, and it was very generous of him to bring this collection out to the air show for everybody to see. But one of the more extensive Russian era collections that you'll see. And then finally, on to the air show itself. It was 11:30. We got over here. Pretty happening crowd here. They brought the bleachers back at the air show, so that was nice. Didn't actually sit on them at all. I stood the whole time getting footage of the planes and everything. Of course, they had the United States Army Golden Knights, and they also had the Canadian team out there too. Coming in with the parachutes. Man, here we go, I believe. This is the Golden Knights. They did a nice show, these two. Kind of joined up in the air and then came down. And then this was a reoccurring show here with these guys. The Red Line Air Show, and these are the Vans RV-8s that they're flying. And then, of course, you got to have the Shockwave jet truck, which the RV-8s flew with it, kind of raced, and then flew over him while he put the... Oh, and then this is the U-2, which went up with two T-38s. Now, the U-2 was a super rare plane to see, and you'll see more of that in a little bit. Here we have the extra 330. The 330LX, which was a performance by Matt Chapman, doing the barrel rolls, stalls, and just about everything you could want to see out of a sport aircraft like that. And then we have the Grumman AG Cat. It's got a Pratt & Whitney engine, and you get to see all these aerobatics with smoke. Pretty nice bi-wing plane to have out there at the show. And then we have Redline again, doing their thing. And then the E4 started to taxi. I was really looking forward to seeing this take off and fly around. Got to see it last year for the first time. But yeah, all kinds of classic planes out here. Really rare stuff. Then you have some of the Corsairs. And then you had the Royal Canadian Air Force out here in the CF-18. And there he is after he landed. And then the E-4 taking off. This plane was used in the Cold War, and that's kind of how they went through with the history they did, prior to the Cold War, and then kind of showing you the modern version of some of these planes today. But the E-4 is a very impressive plane. I really like the 747 anyway, so it's nice to see that fly around. And then this might be the F-15 here. Again, my knowledge of these fighter jets is kind of all over the place. But then they did a parade of the heavies. This was at a Travis Air Force Base. We got to see the Super Galaxy, the Globemaster 3, and then the KC-10 that paraded through. And that was pretty much it. I didn't get a chance to see the main show, the Thunderbirds. Usually by that time of the show, by the time they show those, that's just way too hot out and you're just cooking in the sun for hours. So what I want to leave you with is the photography I did at the show as well. Some of these are not featured in the video because I had to choose whether I wanted video or photo of the plane. So enjoy my photography to close out this video. Thanks for watching and hope to see you there next year at the California Capitol Air Show.